NFL 24, and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Baltimore Ravens. All that and more coming up next.
The calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. But tonight, we've got a good AFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best? That's
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from Jacksonville. And no run back on the opening kickoff. Here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft.
And you want to talk about enormous expectations being placed on a quarterback. How about what Trevor Lawrence faced coming out of college? But the good thing for him, he's used to it. He had the same type of expectations leaving high school and going to Clemson. They always expect him to be a franchise savior whatever team he joins. And to his credit, he shouldered those expectations and he's doing everything in his power to follow through.
Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack. How about the defense there trying to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight because they brought the heat right out of the gate. What a good job establishing the tone for this one.
Screenplay, here's Etienne. And he is going to lose yardage here. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Taken in at the 11. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Our #8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
Early part of his career, defense has really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
The partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And that tackle by Trayvon Walker. Nice play. He blows that up behind the line of scrimmage. From the gun, Jackson. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. Jaguars faced before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
They were backed up behind the sticks, but he still found a way to make that first down happen. That's the kind of fight every coach hopes his franchise quarterback has in him. Look a tough situation like that in the eye and come up with a solution on the spot.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down, escaping the pressure right. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. They'll run here with Edwards. And he is going to be stopped cold. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 without the 4. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flushed. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Ravens will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Lawrence will throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I can just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads and talking about the dearth of tackling in the game today.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Lawrence, he had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The kick by McManus is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Baltimore set to take drive last. last time out for this offense, Charles, if you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Jackson steps away to his left. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem scrambling for 22 and a first. Now a shotgun handoff to Hill. They'll get this down to the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 21. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. They'll go with Hill here on first down. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This one caught by his tight end Andrews. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens are able to add on to that lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 56 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
On first down, Lawrence. This will be caught just inside the 10. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
Let's go.
Straight ahead, Etienne. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed.
And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. But clearly that was a design play. I just don't know that it was the right design. Hey, your holder, to have him pick it up and kind of be the power guy try to run through the middle, everything has to go right for that to work.
You mean you weren't relying on just great blocks?
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Now Jackson on 1st down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen coming in from that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. To throw is Jackson. He finds his target, Beckham. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage. Because man coverage, particularly running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Hey, Lion, Lion!
They'll send Kirk in motion right, and they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
On 2nd down, Lawrence. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
Wow, that ball gets knocked through, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Work in the middle of complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And he loses the football the second time. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, remember, he had a fumble earlier in this first half and got saved, but no such saving here. It's a turnover.
Yeah, and as a coach and as a teammate, you're hoping that he learned from the first one. There was a lesson there, but obviously he doesn't have enough focus in order to lose it a second time. That simply can't happen if you're trying to win a game.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. Jackson now. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Oh, that was the thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Jackson throwing complete there to Flowers. Second catch for facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because
into a sea of defenders and intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. Open man right side is Ingram. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 1. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down.
But these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Coverage was excellent downfield. I think he was more throwing that football away than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely, because everywhere he looked, they were covered.
Sometimes it's better to go ahead and be convinced that there's no place to fit in the football than to go ahead and force it and turn it into a bad play.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Tackled there by Michael Pierce.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. They'll set up to run the quarterback draw. Lawrence hit, and the ball is free. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They've got his man complete. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 40 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 34-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. But first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 47 yards rushing for him now. He's carried the ball just 5 times. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Dobbins. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. Throwing is Jackson, eluding the pressure, and that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. And now out come the Jags. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at it, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Yep. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Lawrence will throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And he'll get this away into the humid Florida sky. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had. Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Jackson. That is caught. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Josh Allen in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now a throw here, hauled in. Completion good for 14 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a third and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football. Barely just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward to get the first down.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now third down and 6 to go.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a terrific first half from the dual-threat quarterback Lamar Jackson. He threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for another, as his guys have the lead at halftime. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for court. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Dancing to his left. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll give him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Jackson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That's certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Trayvon Walker able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Well, looking deep here for Flowers. That's caught at the 25. And he's got this all the way down to the 5-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
I'll tell you what, this is not for the faint of heart right here. 4th down, this is taking a big risk. But it's as good a play call as you can imagine. And the defense just not able to come up with the stop they needed. And this is not just a 1st down, but a big play as well.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
Hey, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Lawrence. His throw incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain, but make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
Lawrence on 3rd down. A slant to Jones. And he is going to have a Jags first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. On 1st down, Lawrence. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Again, it's Lawrence. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Zay Jones from 17 yards out. And the Jaguars are able to cut into that deficit. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is down to 24. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill. And he returns this to the 22. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Now it's Jackson. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. In motion, Aguilar. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Oh, he's been fun to watch in this when he's made the correct reads all game long and helped stake his team a huge lead. Running, passing, he's made all the right decisions. But that wasn't the right read on that one. It falls incomplete.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
To throw is Jackson. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. Here's Jackson. They set up the screen to Hill. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
It's a loss of 1.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Dobbins will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Sometimes offense, if you get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me with subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Now Lawrence. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another fourth down.
This is taken at the 10. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. Jackson's throw complete there to Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. A give up the middle to Dobbins. Stiff-armed him. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 75 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. From the 38 now. Here's 2nd and That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 20-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
It's caught by OBJ. Touchdown! Odell Beckham! A 20-yard touchdown. And the Ravens get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They'll send Kirk in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And this will be a Jaguars first down as they'll take this up to the 38-yard line. They're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they got this game well in hand.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action from Jacksonville. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Lawrence going to get this to Etienne. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 4. Now Lawrence. Screenplay. Here's Etienne. Gets around him. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Here's Lawrence. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Adafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Now Lawrence. This is going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he'll get this to the 32.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. They go play action with Jackson. They're looking deep here for Flowers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Tucker's kick is good. Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted, but he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. For these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they got to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Zay Flowers and his offense about to begin their next drive. He's been a load for them to handle defensively, I know that much.
But look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right.
Agreed.
7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading and
over the middle, and there's a diving catch. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. Jackson now. Flush to his right. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Well, another fine run right there for Lamar Jackson. And CD, that one puts him over 100 yards now for the ball game.
And remember when all we talked about were 100-yard games from running backs? That when a quarterback did it was a surprise. With Lamar Jackson, that's part of the package as well. He'll have as many 100-yard games in the season as the top running backs in the league.
Second and a couple.
At the 24-yard line.
Play action. It's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Throwing is Jackson. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. The Jaguars getting set to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And his throw here is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On third down, Lawrence working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Through the middle of the field, Zay Jones. Touchdown, Jaguars. Zay Jones, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point from McManus is good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. He's toppled the century mark. Really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Now Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Baltimore, first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. They're looking deep here for Flowers. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
That's caught. It's Flowers. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Jackson from the shotgun. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down. Again, Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
That's a gain of 7.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Escaping the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you say, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Now Lawrence to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them, because just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he's taken down inside the 30. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
Skull.
Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly, but they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
At the 20-yard line.
Jackson buying time to his left. He'll get this to Flowers, left side. And he will be out of bounds. A good yardage there, and he'll get a second to catch his breath as it leads us right into the 2-minute warning. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
They go play action now. Jackson flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a gain of 4 there that gives him a new set of downs. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Flowers. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
On second down, here's Jackson. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 24-yard line. Jackson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Forced out to his left. That is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll try to run with Dobbins, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Oh, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they look like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
I'm going to forget today. Don't forget what has happened down here.
Use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And to be frank, Charles, probably not too many people surprised at how this one turned out.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. I mean, they're such a good